The number one reason why your ads are expensive is because you're probably doing a load of these misleading actions. Let's dive in. So, how do we determine the expensiveness of an ad? Well, the first metric that kind of gives us our North Star of, okay, on average, how much are we going to be paying for an impression? It's going to be CPM, cost per 1,000 impressions. Now, I've seen brands where you're at a $30 CPM, $50 CPM, even $45 CPM. That range from 30 to 50 tells me that there's something wrong with either the ad account, there's something wrong with the product, or there's something wrong with your whole entire setup. Could be pixel, whatever. So it goes by the trends. The more saturated industry, the more you're going to have to pay to get those specific impressions. This could be like health, wellness. This could be some of the most expensive CPMs I've seen, like fitness. Those kind of niches where it's a lot of saturation. You're looking at around 20, 25, like even the beauty space. I've seen beauty CPMs be around like $25, $30. Whereas we have other brands that are in like an apparel, very competitive space, but there's loopholes around to lowering your CPM. Now, that comes with a load of long-term steps, long-term actions. Now, if we define CPM as a cost per impression, how does Meta, if we're running ads on Meta, how do they determine what that CPM number is? Well, I believe it's three metrics. It's like relevancy to the actual user, quality of the actual brand on site, whatever. And then there's a third variable metric that's tied to this. Could be engagement, something along those lines. Because there's ways where you can artificially lower your CPM, where let's say you're running ads and then you have a bunch of comments, or you get people to comment with, let's say, a controversial take, and then as a byproduct, you're telling Meta, this specific ad right here is pulling a lot of engagement from these specific pocket of users. As a byproduct, Meta's going to want to show your ad to more people that fit that ideal customer profile, because they're seeing a lot of engagement with their posts, because those users are staying on the platform longer. So if we take a step back and say, okay, how can we put ourselves in a position to work with Meta to get us our end goal, our end financial goal of a profitable CPA, instead of where most people just go against Meta's algorithm, go against what Meta stands for, and they try to do everything themselves. We want to work with Meta. We want to be business partners with Meta so that we can align our goals together so that we can make money, and as a byproduct, Meta can make money because they're spending money on their ads platform. So CPM is more so comes down to actual product in the market. Does it generate demand? What is the relevancy to the feed of users? What is the quality of this content to the end user? And then what is the overall engagement threshold? How does the creatives, the ads you run, does it create attention? Does it get people to want to engage? And as a byproduct, if you fulfill all of these four steps, you can lower your CPM. You can lower the cost to get an impression, even in a saturated industry. Now, another component tied to this that I don't see a lot of people talk about is the longevity of building a community. Now, what does a community entail? Simply put, it's, let's say somebody comes across your ad for the very first time. They've never heard about your business. They make a purchase, and ultimately, instead of downselling them on a lot of the back end, let's say after 7 days, 15 days, 30 days, whatever your email flow sequence is, let's say right off the bat, we just send them an invite to join a Facebook group, a community of like-minded individuals that are joining for the brand. And then as a byproduct, we have like a business admin, somebody to create content. And as a byproduct, we're sharing offers, discounts, VIP lists, collection drops in this community specifically. As a byproduct, you get a lot of second order frequency, simply put, because other users are engaging with each other. They're engaging with the posts. We're sharing collection drops, discounts, whatever. And as a byproduct, we don't really have to worry about the connection from first time buyer to second order frequency. We're increasing the amount of second order frequencies or second order purchases, because what happens is we're giving somebody a destination to go to fall in love with the brand, to grow with the brand. A similar brand that does this really well is called Avi. You can look them up on Facebook. They have a Facebook group of over 80,000 users, And as a byproduct, any new collection drop, any new releases, instead of pushing them on ads, they just go to their community, drop it in the Facebook group. They're already validating sales from existing customer buyers. So I see a disconnection from first time buyer to, let's say you're a brand, you struggle with LTV, you struggle with getting second order purchases. It's far more efficient to go in and send these individuals to a Facebook group so that there's some sort of pathway of a customer journey. You're closing the loop. As a byproduct of you sending emails as well, they also have a destination to go to get rewards, to see new innovations with the brand, so on and so forth. You're giving somebody a path to follow. We're guiding them to want to fall in love with the brand longer term. And as a byproduct, we're able to, even though ads are getting more expensive, instead of going from a 1-to-1 ratio where we spend, let's say, $10 and we're breaking even on the back end, we go from like a 1-to-3. Or even like when you have high AOV bundles, you're going from, like, let's say the CPA is $30 and you have a 3x return or a 2x return, you're looking at around $70, $80 AOV. Now a step further is, okay, we get first order profit. We pass break even, we pass 1-to-1, we pass 1-to-3 where we have first order profit. Then now the next phase on top of that is we acquire first order profit. And as a byproduct, as time progresses, that same individual that bought this bundle here, they're coming back to buy 3 to 4 times within a calendar year from our business. So now the threshold goes from 1-to-3 first order profit to now that one single user is worth 6 to 12x in total value in a 12-month time frame. Because they go on first order profit, they buy back every single quarter within our business, the LTV on that threshold for that single user skyrockets through the roof. Because the game in e-commerce isn't a matter of first order profit. That should always be the North Star. That's what we should always build to. That's how we should always make our funnels better, because it gives us a direction of how can we lower CPA, how can we raise AOV. But the game of where a brand actually scales their business is how consistent or how frequent are these transactions from these paid ads leading to actual LTV sales where somebody's coming back to buy from the business again and again and again. That's where majority of brands are able to do crazy numbers, because they have a strong LTV. LTV is the name of the game, and you can invest all your money in paid ads, but at the end of the day, if you don't get second order buyers or even third order buyers, right, you're always going to struggle as a business holistically. It's very difficult to scale if somebody only comes in once and they don't buy back from your business. So with that being said, guys, how do you combat the expensiveness of ads, the cost of ads rising year over year? Well, just to recap, it's if we understand CPA is our vanity metric to give us direction on, okay, where does Facebook rank these set of ads within the competition of every other competitor, we can focus on creating ads that get engagement. We can focus on building a community to lower overall CPMs. And as a byproduct, if we're trying to scale our business, we can also focus on areas outside of the business, like building that group, building that community to raise overall LTV. Because at the end of the day, if you're trying to scale your e-commerce brand, you can only do this by getting more people to buy back from your business. So with that being said, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And if you're interested on one day exiting your company in the next 2 to 5 years, you want to be set up for at least a 5 to 10x multiple, you can check out scalevelocity.io. We help you build completely in-house. We give you all the protocols necessary to be set up for an exit. And as a byproduct, you can check out my free 30-page protocol breaking this all down in depth.